Hey YouTube, what is going on? This is Nate here with Nate's Tech Update. And in this video I'm going to be covering iOS 5, which was revealed today at WWDC 2011. I've also posted a video on Mac OS X Line if you want to go ahead and watch that. I'll also be posting a video on iCloud. So iOS 5 has brought a lot of new features to iOS devices, and the first one I'm going to talk about with you is notifications. In the past, if you were ever playing a game or watching a movie and you received a text message on your iPhone, a pop-up would come up and it would ask you to either close out that notification or reply. And this got pretty annoying, especially if you were in the middle of doing something in another application and these pop-ups continued to appear. Now simply there'll be a message that is out of the way that'll appear in the top corner of the device that'll say the notification. So if you received a text message, it'll appear at the top of the screen. It'll simply be there for a couple seconds and then simply go away. You can tap on that notification if you want to and then choose to reply in the messaging app, but you do not have to. It'll simply just go away on its own. Additionally, notifications will be available on the lock screen. You can customize what you want to see there, such as email. You can also put like weather on there and stocks and your text messages and any notifications that you would receive from any other application. There will also be Notification Center. So at any time, if you're in any application, you can simply scroll down on the top of the iOS device and it'll bring up Notification Center, which will show any notifications that you have recently received, and you can go ahead and close out of any notifications that you don't want to see any longer. Apple also introduced a new application called Messages, which I think is going to be really big for iPad and iPod Touch owners. Previously, you couldn't text with those devices without installing like a text-free app or another third-party application from the App Store. Now Apple has created their own default app, which will be shipping with those devices with iOS 5. Now those devices can send text messages for free unlimitedly over Wi-Fi or 3G, and they can also send pictures and video. This is really nice, especially for me, because if I'm texting someone on my iPhone and all of a sudden I switch to my iPad, I can continue texting that same person. Apple has recognized that a lot of people enjoy using their iPad for reading through the iBook application. Apple has now introduced a new folder called Newsstand, which organizes any of your subscriptions to newspapers or magazines in one easily accessible folder. It will automatically gather new issues from your subscription right in that folder without having any hassle or having to do anything. Reminders is a new feature that has been integrated in the calendar application for iOS devices. This simply allows you to create lists of tasks that you need to complete and help to remind you of things that you need to get done or where you need to be at certain times of the day. It also syncs across your iCal or Outlook for your computer. Another interesting thing that Apple announced at WWDC is Twitter integration. Twitter is now integrated completely into the iOS software. Now you can easily tweet about something interesting that you've read or watched in the YouTube application, or a photo that you've seen. You can also add things like your location or reply to another tweet easily right within the software. Apple has also added some nice updates to the camera application. Now instead of having to unlock your phone and click on the camera application to take a quick picture, you can now open up the application right from the lock screen. Now you can also take the photo using the volume buttons on the side of the phone. This is nice because you can easily steady the phone in your hand and take the picture without having to actually press the button on the screen. Apple also included some simple photo editing software, such as fixing red eye or the exposure of the picture. iOS 5 has also brought in some nice updates to the Safari application. Now you can have a tabbed browser experience, while beforehand you simply had to press that button in the lower left-hand corner to view all the pages that you had to open in Safari. But now it's more of a tabbed experience where you can just look at all the pages you have open in that one single page, sort of like Safari for the desktop. Apple's also included a feature called Reader, which allows you to simply press the Reader button at the top of the Safari application, and it'll basically bring it into a nice big font that you can easily read, and it'll take out all the ads or junk on the side of the page. I've also added a feature called Reading List, which will allow you to save anything that you're reading in Safari for later use. This is great for me especially because I just have a Wi-Fi iPad, so if I was reading something and I wanted to save it and read it for later, I can without having to reload that page since I don't have 3G. One of the best features that I think Apple announced today was making iOS devices PC free. This means that you'll be able to buy an iPhone or an iPad or an iPod Touch without actually having to plug it into iTunes, like you would normally get when you open it up out of the box. This means that you'll no longer need an actual PC or a Mac to have an iOS device. You can run it completely on the device itself. Updates are now going to be brought over the air. So you'll simply receive like a notification of some sort, possibly, and it'll let you know that there's an update available. You can go ahead and download that update right on the device itself. The updates, Apple said, will be small, so if you have a cap-dated plan, you'll probably not have to worry about it. If you still plan on using iTunes, you can now sync your device wirelessly. You no longer have to use the USB cord, which is also another great feature. So you can sync when you're on the go, and wherever you are, you can always make sure to back up your device with iTunes. Overall, I'm very happy with what Apple has done with iOS 5. The only thing I think it's lacking still is customization. I was hoping to maybe see some more widgets, but I'm glad to see that the lock screen is now more customizable with the notifications bar. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think about iOS 5, maybe some features that you wanted to see or what you are really excited about. It will be coming sometime this fall, and probably it will be announced alongside with the iPhone 5, but who knows. And like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to watch the next video about iCloud, and as always, have a nice day.